So this game, I doubt has ever been played on here. It is called, if you want to show it to the camera, $1 Million But. It is essentially Cards Against Humanity.
You can't fucking see it.
Yeah,
It's too dark.
Black
So
box,
dark.
gold,
$20
right?
million butt.
You're gonna need to get one of those.
It's called $1
light
Million
rooms.
But. This game is essentially Cards Against Humanity, but in reverse. Because instead of choosing the card you like the best, you choose the card you like the worst. All these prompts are like $1 million, but every time I walk on the sidewalk, this bad thing happens.
It's like, which one would you
least want to do.
Yeah, gotcha.
would be the least?
So you either get $1 million, but you have to do this. Right?
It's like, okay, I'd rather get $1 million and do all these other 3 horrible things than this worst thing.
So if you pick the worst thing, you win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the card czar would be like, this, I would not do this. This is the winner.
This is way worse.
You're trying to be an absolute scoundrel.
Gotcha. A complete.
An absolute fuckface. A complete
Absolute
turd burger.
queen.
An umbrella.
The person who goes first is the person with the least money in their bank account.
I got about 16K.
Well, so far I'm the least.
I got $12.
I was like, what the fuck, guys? It's like, are you
You
okay?
spent it all. You spent it all on this.
I got about 5K.
No, it's this. That is the real.
I mean, I do. Money hole. But
I have a house. Does that count?
No.
not your net worth.
Not your net worth. Not your net worth.
Between me and Isaac. So what's to say?
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, you're poor!
You're poor.
Wait a minute. Are you winning to say that you were poor, or you're saying that he gets to go first?
Both.
You get to go
Is
first.
it
Everybody
5 or
starts out
7?
with 7.
7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, $1 million, but whenever you
Question.
absent-mindedly stare, that's a blank. You can either discard and pick another one, or you could just say what it is.
Peen.
$1 million, but whenever you absent-mindedly stare, which happens a lot. BT dubs.
So we draw a new card when we play one.
Yep.
That's good.
It's basically cards, but the way you win is reversed. Instead of picking the best card, you want to pick the worst card.
Alright, Kyle, have at it.
$1 million, but whenever I absent-mindedly stare, a stranger squirts jalapeno juice in your eye.
It's pretty bad.
I'm
That
just like,
would get your attention.
I'm just staring out the window at the pharmacy, and then a dude just goes.
I would just start
And
getting
just
used to
spritz it.
just closing my eyes.
I
I
was
was
just
like,
It
looking
would-
out somewhere, thinking about something. I just close my eyes.
That would still burn.
It would.
It
gets
would.
you hurt.
Well, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because you wouldn't be
But less.
staring because your eyes would be shut.
It would still.
You're staring at the back of your eyelids.
I don't think that. Okay, then when I'm sleeping, I just get
No,
shot in the eye.
Absent-mindedly
I-
stare is just not being focused.
Well, when
on
you're
anything.
sleeping, your eyes twitch back and forth, so you're not staring at anything. You're looking around for something that doesn't exist.
Sleep
If you-
paralysis.
He used to be a
Demons.
scientist.
If you think about it.
When $1 million, but whenever you absent-mindedly stare, your genitals and nose switch places for 10 minutes. I know because I was. You're gonna be like, Squidward.
You're just like absolutely staring at the girl. I don't know, like in the
And then
McDonald's
just
checkout
all
line.
of a sudden,
Just
finally
dick.
suck your own dick.
That'd be worse because
It's like Pinocchio, but way worse. It just like goes straight up.
I'm sorry, I swear this has never happened before. $1 million, but whenever you absent-mindedly stare, your next pee or poop can only happen while a large man shampoos your hair.
That's weird.
It's not that. That's just
Do
weird.
I,
It's not
do
like.
I get to know this large man?
I mean,
No.
I think you'd get to know him.
Hey, Therese,
I
how
think
you
he's gonna
doing?
get to know you.
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the jalapeno.
Fuck yeah.
Damn it!
No, that's a good
I
one.
was the genitals and nose. I was like, this is so
That
fucking
would
good.
make me laugh.
You were in the middle of a drink. You went.
Discard pile. Discard pile.
All right.
That was good.
No.
$1 million.
Whoever wins gets to,
Oh.
gets to do the next one.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, wait your turn.
Fuck.
$1 million, but every time you use a metaphor, aardvarks become orangutans, but never the opposite. So the world becomes nothing but orangutan.
You know, if you think about it, conspiracy theories are just Earth lore.
Are we good? No.
I think Clinton. Nope, you're good.
Wouldn't
Got
be
one more.
lore.
Hey,
Lore is implied to be
Sorry.
true.
That's true.
War never changes.
It's no. It's,
Conspiracy theories
no,
are like
no. It's,
War
it's
always
fan
changes.
theories.
That's
Yes.
that's wrong.
All right,
Blatantly
okay.
against Fallout lore.
You're good.
Everything is against Fallout lore. including
Fallout's
Fallout.
against Fallout lore.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
Every time you use a metaphor, someone's turd will appear in a random place in your phone, in your home.
In your phone. You just scroll it through your fucking app. There's like shit. There's so much turd again. You leave a metaphor that's just on top of your fucking cabinet.
Every time you use a metaphor, you have to take 2 shots of horse urine. Good lord.
You're like down the hatch.
Like a full shot.
Every time you use a metaphor,
Two.
you will be struck by lightning. Well, I'm gonna go with the horse urine one
Hell yeah.
because you probably don't survive that many lightning strikes. Use a metaphor.
You get like some cool patterns
I
and
could-
stuff across your
The,
skin.
the next time
You would
use-
just start to speak very
no,
literally.
that would say the next time you use a metaphor.
Hypothetically,
You die.
hypothetically, if you start to do a metaphor and stop halfway, is that just one shot of horse urine?
All right,
It's a metaphor.
$1 million, but every time you hear someone say "I love you,"
Well, that's not gonna fucking happen.
God, I had some good ones for this, and it bums me out.
I played my favorite card. I just want to let you know.
This game really is like Cards Against Humanity. I drew the perfect card for the card that's already down.
Every time.
Every single time.
Every time.
60% of the time.
$1 million, but every time you hear someone say "I love you," you have to go to a random internet video page, find the lowest rated comment, contact the user who wrote the comment in real life, and go out to eat with them. That's a lot of fucking work. Every time you hear someone say "I love you,"
Your mom,
Jesus Christ.
your
And
mom
you know what's
calls
really
you. She's
funny?
like, "I love you." And you're like, "Fuck."
And you know what?
It's so fucking
But do you know
full.
what's even worse though too? Is that it could perpetuate your own problem.
Yeah.
you can go out there,
really
I
would
love
go
you.
bankrupt.
Fuck.
You really would go bankrupt.
The terrorists win. That one's brutal because it's like it's not even on you. It's just people around you immediately do.
It's your fault.
You become sexually attractive to random animals.
You just
it's not
someone
as bad
says
as
I
thought
love
was
you
gonna
and it
be.
dares.
It's gotta be the going out with people because that's such a big time and money investment. Every time you hear someone say "I love you," you have to go to a random internet video, find the lowest voted thing, and take them out to eat.
And the extra
You
step is
fucking
that it could
kidding-
cause the same cycle over
Are
again.
you fucking kidding me? That's ridiculous.
I love the terrorist win because it's so vague.
Yeah, the terrorists.
Million-
Every time you hear someone say "I love you," the terrorists win.
$1 million.
That's fucking good.
$1 million,
Is
but
there
whenever
anything
you,
new in the chat?
no one ever says they love me.
It's a fact.
I guess the terrorists won't win.
It's
then.
true.
Same.
We need you to be the president.
$1 million, but whenever you feel uncomfortable. This is why you aren't affiliate. I'm guessing that's what they said to Cooper when he said he was on somebody else's podcast because he's a
Yeah.
loser. Is that all three?
Podcast. I want to start a podcast called Dude. You have a podcast?
$1 million, but whenever
We
you
just
feel
review
uncomfortable,
podcasts.
you have to instantly make out with the
Intensely.
nearest senior. Oh, intensely. Right. Intensely make out with the nearest senior citizen.
I'm stealing their dentures.
You orgasm.
Every time you
You're like,
Your body will suddenly launch into space at supersonic speed, re-enter Earth's atmosphere, and crash land with only minor injuries.
That sounds kind of dope as hell.
That's a-
That's pretty fucking rad.
But
You
every
just said-
time you feel uncomfortable.
No, okay, yeah, but
And
I'm
it
thinking,
never
like,
says that you go from outside.
But how fucking? But how
You're
fucking?
at work and an old lady hits on you. You're just like,
But that's so fucking
But here's
cool,
the thing.
though.
This makes you uncomfortable, so you
Exactly.
keep having the kiss innocence until you're used
That
to
is
it.
that was a thought I
This
had.
makes you uncomfortable until you're used to it. This costs money.
Yeah, this I think you. Yeah.
Yeah.
This maybe you cost money, but maybe you flee the scene as soon
Yeah,
as
no,
possible.
that one's definitely cost
I'm
you
just
money.
imagining someone.
Because I'm imagining him flying up in the air through a 10-story building, then
I just
coming
think-
back down.
I
from
just
a
think
10-story
flying up to
building.
orbit and being able to just see that would be cool.
Like Isaac is nuking a building.
In fact, if you have like minor injuries, means like you're mostly fine.
$1 million,
Everything else
but
is
when
like-
you're around more than 50 people, something happens. What it is, I'll never know. I wonder times are you gonna launch into space before the minor
Oh my
injuries become
God.
major?
The one that I just drew is the most perfect thing. Well, it's just I guess the idea that like
You're good.
because I'm imagining minor injuries as being like a skin knee or a stub toe or something.
Eventually, but Isaac is right. Eventually, it will kill you.
If it happens in like a lot of, if it happens like 100 times in very quick succession,
But, like,
maybe.
minor injuries to your physical self, but you're fucked.
But then we're
you
going-
just got proposed.
But
as
then we have to ask the
supersonic.
question.
I'm just camping always.
But then we have to,
I'm just-
but then we have to ask the question: what is uncomfortable? Is being in pain uncomfortable?
But the question is,
I wonder if it means like physically uncomfortable or like emotional.
It just
Or
says
both.
uncomfortable. It could
kind
be
of an
both.
anxiety thing.
It could be both.
Yeah. All right.
when you are
Or
around
neither.
more than 50 people, your skin grows horrible boils.
That sounds painful.
When you're around more than 50 people, your knowledge reverts back to that of an especially stupid 7-year-old.
Wait a minute! Isn't that
You
just
can't
called
even
mob
drive
mentality?
home. You're just like, hey, yeah.
Isn't that just called mob mentality?
You're just Adam Sandler in any of his movies.
Right. Whenever you are around more than 50 people, you have to eat one of your own body parts. It will grow back.
You're just like keeping track of 49, 50. Fuck.
I know. I'm gonna go with your knowledge reverts back to that.
Yeah.
Especially
Just social suicide every time you do it.
That was just
Every
It
time.
made me laugh, and that's why.
Just
I
imagining a politician. Hello, my
And
fellow
so-
Americans.
and
Hi,
so-
America!
Alright. $1 million, but every time you ride in a car, blank.
Every time you ride in a car.
Every time you ride in a car. Quick trigger pull.
Damn it!
Every time.
Every single
time.
I
The
just
one that I
pulled-
pulled would have been so
Yeah, mine-
fucking funny
same
for
here.
the being around 50 people thing.
Yeah, same here.
You would die, but it would be pretty fucking funny.
Best kind of death. The one that makes you laugh.
Well, I mean, it's funny for the other, like, as an outside.
You still cause somebody to enjoy yourself.
It's not necessarily funny to you or any of the people around you, but in a meta context, it's funny. Every time you ride a car, all of your loved ones are convinced you just died. I think that's every time I get in a
Every
car.
time
my
you
mom is,
drive to fucking work,
convinced
you're
that-
just like, did you
How many
die?
times my mom texts me and is like, "Did you make it okay?" Yeah. Like, I think that's just life now. You wake up in an empty grave. Every time you ride, no, not
pass
even
out.
drive, ride in a car, you wake up in an empty grave.
You've been kidding.
That's so fucking inconvenient.
How does it random? Here's my question: how does it work?
Your
Do you
least
just
favorite
instantly-
teacher appears and gives you a shitty massage. I'm gonna give it to the waking up in an empty grave because that's just like unfathomable.
I like to imagine it's random. You just get dropped off somewhere. Oh,
That's
here I
you
am
can
again.
never ride in a car again because you get in a car to go somewhere and then you
In a grave.
black out and wake up in an open
You
grave.
just integrate.
And it's like I can't go anywhere.
There's only one thing worse.
Bus.
Hey, you're finally awake.
No, that would be
That means
hilarious.
you're the dragon.
You have to go to the
That's
hospital.
okay.
Like, no ambulance. I can't do that. They take you to the hospital. You're just in
Give me a city bus.
You're like, fuck.
Or a limousine.
You're just like bleeding.
Question: does a limousine count as a car?
Yes.
It's a long car.
I'm thinking
Okay.
like
But
any,
a bus would not.
Bus is not a car.
Like, bus is not.
With a
$1 million.
semi-truck.
But every time you hear, I'll bite you.
You would.
Say that.
What?
$1 million. But every time you hear a baby cry, it's not as often as you think.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, I'm worried now. Is this a normal Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf?
Damn it! Every time. Every time.
Every single fucking.
Every time you hear a baby cry, but blood is bleeding fast from your stump leg. $1 million, but every time I hear a baby
Actual
cry, an
Google
invincible
Shia LaBeouf.
snail slowly begins slowly following you, and if it ever reaches you, you die.
That's a lot of
$1
snakes.
million.
That's a lot of
Classic
snakes.
fucking-
That's a lot of baby cry. $1 million, but every time you hear a baby cry, you shed all of your skin like a snake. That just makes it cry more.
Yeah, that's a brutal cycle.
Just imagine I just start molting in the middle of
There
That
Walgreens.
is the question. What
There is
constitutes
something?
Would it be
weird.
like every individual cry a baby makes,
I could never
or if
have a
it's
child.
like
It's just when you hear a
each-
baby
a
cry,
different
so it
baby
has to be
crying
the
at a
baby.
given instant?
From the
Different
time-
instance.
If
Yeah.
I ever have a child,
So I think
from
like
the
if
time,
one baby is around and you shed your skin, it won't start crying and make you shed your skin again.
Alright.
Unless
Just
you
like
work
when it
Unless they
in
stop
daycare.
crying and then
They
something's
stop
happening.
crying to look at you, and then they're like,
like, oh, God, not again.
Little do you know you
At
work
least
in a
I'm
daycare.
fresh, you know? There you go.
What is in your drink?
Raw.
There is something in your drink. I can see it floating around. It's throwing me off.
your hallucinations.
No, it is not a fucking hallucination. I can see that
I
bitch.
see nothing.
I see
It's
it
like a
right
fucking
there.
fruit fly.
Yeah, it's probably the gnat.
Oh, that means
Yeah,
it's-
that's like a fruit fly.
that means those are going bad.
No, I think it just means a fruit fly got in my
There's
drink.
gnats all over the place here.
Oh, is there really? Usually, that's how you can see if there's alcohol. You take a flashlight and put it at the bottom there.
more
and see a
protein.
whole bunch of it. You get rid of
Alright.
It's protein. $1 million, but every time I hear a baby cry, your food comes to life and won't stop trying to kill you until you've swallowed it.
That's like, fuck, there's an episode of a cartoon or something that was like that. I think it was Kid Next Door.
Genuinely speaking,
Hold on. There's
are
an
you
episode.
talking about like
There's
the
an episode of
stuffings or
Codename
something
Kid
like
Next
that?
Door
Yeah,
where they
it's-
had to eat all the fucking
Yeah,
gross
I know.
food that came to life.
That was like the second fucking
Yeah,
episode.
the lunch
The lunch lady, yeah.
It was like the second fucking episode where number 2 just eats
Yeah,
all the fucking
just
food.
eats all
with
the
a
fucking
chance of
nasty
meatballs.
Yeah. That's
Honestly-
Specifically the second one. That's the one where all food's alive.
Honestly, I don't think any of these are that bad.
But which one's the worst?
I'm gonna go with the Invincible Snail, honestly,
hell yeah.
because that's a lot of fucking snails.
That one is fucking. That one because it kills you. It actually kills you.
That's a lot of fucking snails. I imagine
I
I'm on
was gonna.
Mine could.
I've had a bit to drink.
Hey, at least with the snake one, it feels fresh. Like, this is my new skin.
Okay, so there's a line between feeling fresh and feeling raw. You've lost every callus on your body.
But when
Your
do
body
you start,
is-
Wait. When do you start feeling SmackDown?
Raw.
Smack-
WWE.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2009.
Appreciate it. All right, what's the?
My contemporaries.
$1 million, but whenever a member of the opposite sex asks a question, which they're women.
And there's one thing
Jesus,
about
sorry.
women. They be asking questions and women be shopping.
Isaac, how often are you asked a question at your job?
Too many times. All the
Too
time
many
by
goddamn
women.
times.
And it's all about the same fucking thing. Do you have in-home COVID test? No!
We had this girl from the pharmacy who called the pharmacist 7 fucking times in one night.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
For what?
Dorothy, if you're out there, fuck you. Specifically you.
Dorothy's specifically watching our podcast.
Yeah, she's
might.
like, yeah, our podcast. This is
Yeah,
our
this
podcast.
is podcast we do. They don't get to see what we're playing. They can only hear.
They can only hear it. It's
That would
only
be a
that
funny
We
like April
describe
Fool's
how to play the
podcast.
game and what
April
we're
Fool's
drinking.
episode. There's no video footage. It's only audio.
April
We
Fool-
just do black like
It's just a
that, or we're
it's
just silently
no.
playing like
It's
dominoes.
a-
Am I the
It's
only
a
one that
still
thinks that
frame of
Critical
just us
Role,
looking at the camera like-
would be better that way?
Have I ever told you about
I like
Critical Role?
seeing them. I don't. I haven't watched Critical Role in a long time. I don't have Dimension 20.
But whenever a
20 's
member
so
of the
good.
opposite sex asks a question, there will be no more than 10, no fewer than 3 pubic hairs
No
in
more
your
than
next
10.
meal.
So
Holy
somewhere between 10 and 3
No
pubic
more
hairs
than
in
10,
your
no
next
fewer than 3.
Let's
It's
just
not a bad
ruin all
ratio.
food for Isaac.
right, fucking Christ. What if you had like a banana? How do I
Isaac just wears fucking
That's
headphones.
the
Yeah.
monkey pubes. What, they open it up, put some
Someone
pubes
goes
in,
up-
and seal
someone
it
goes
back
up
together?
like a cheese grater.
Someone goes up to Isaac at work like, hey, I have a question. He's like, no. He just runs.
Little did you know that monkeys use it to shave.
When a member of the opposite sex asks a question, you have to burn an American flag in front of veterans. Go fuck yourself. I'm never doing that. That's terrible.
That's awful.
Whenever a member of the opposite sex asks a question, your head spins around and you projectile vomit.
Every time.
I like
That's one.
You just fucking become what's that movie
The
called?
Grudge.
The Exorcist?
That's the one. My
Exorcist.
brain's I'm going with the veteran one. I don't think I could do that.
Woo! Playing to the side.
That one's like socially brutal. I think that the projectile vomiting one is the most like that fucking sucks.
It sucks, but it's also kind of funny. You're just like,
I'm
I
fucking
was-
It's
too much-
funny
Look.
from an outside perspective.
I was just ruining food.
Imagine
All
if
food.
I'm just imagining someone walks up to Isaac at work. It's like, hey, I have a question, and he's just like, oh no, and then leaves. Just fucking like,
Does anybody else want to smear ice?
I'll take one. I'm
I'll
gonna
take one.
actually steal the rest of your yellow shots.
Go for it.
Because
I've never had a jello shot. Are they good?
There's
They're
a
pretty
few.
tasty. We got some in there.
They're not bad.
$1 million, but whenever a waiter speaks to you, knowing the way Isaac asks us to eat, it's going to be quite often. At least once every 2 months. The waiter's like, "You want anything to drink?" And I'm just like, "Please don't." I don't mean to be rude, but I can't listen to you right now.
Going out to eat will be a thing of the past.
Yeah,
We
probably.
have to DoorDash. I can't do it. $1 million, but whenever a waiter speaks to you, your keys teleport to a different location in your house, which, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
they practically
That's
do that
pretty
already.
Well, that's pretty
You don't-
brutal,
I don't
because
think
if
you
you're out to
understand.
eat,
Yeah.
now your keys have teleported to your
I'm
house.
gonna need a ride.
You are.
I can't do it.
You're not driving to eat
Hey,
anywhere.
let me talk to the cook. Just every time you show up. Let me talk
Hey,
to the
man,
cook.
can I get a ride?
I will
here?
not speak to any waiters. They will not ask me anything.
Only the
What?
ushers.
Why is that, sir? Son of a.
You may speak to me only
I'm
in
literally
statements.
holding my keys as the usher, as the waiter talks to me. They just
They
fucking
disappear.
evaporate. Okay. Whenever a waiter speaks to me, everything you consume must be done rectally. Ugh. I'm just saying.
like, oh,
I'm just
fuck.
on the table, just shoving spaghetti up my ass.
Because you just have to now. Because they spoke to you.
I just get the fucking French toast at IHOP, and I'm just like, ah.
It's the fucking T-bone steak.
You just get, like-
How hard is that French toast?
Yes.
You just get some jalapeno poppers.
It just goes. Ah!
Oh, don't worry,
You
Frank.
get some
It's got
jalapeno
syrup on it.
poppers.
Well, how many things do you shove up your ass that feel good?
Breadsticks.
But I don't know.
Just like trying to think of things that would
I
I'm
just-
at Olive
I
Garden.
just don't know how much you would go. Ah!
I'm just imagining
like an
I'm just,
audible level.
I'm just imagining like somebody gets like jalapeno.
And then I
poppers.
just rate the restaurant
Or, like,
5 stars.
loaded.
5 stars felt good up my
I
ass.
think it's like some loaded nachos.
Thank God for those
That
endless
shit went
breadsticks.
right up my ass.
Thank God for those endless breadsticks.
Those things went right up my ass.
Nothing I love more than an Outback Steakhouse.
I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
my intestines are now a shrink full of bread.
It may not come out the same way it went in.
Alright.
You have a 50% chance of being most loved or most hated on Earth for the rest of the day.
That one could be good.
I mean,
It could be
to
good.
be honest, that's just what happens now.
It's just
You
a-
could wake up and you can see somebody that really likes you or hates you guys.
It's a flip of a coin.
But I'm just imagining like you're either like
It's these two.
you're like fucking Gandhi or Hitler.
I could get used to this because I could just be like, I can't go on my own. I need someone to take me. So, the rectal one. I had a feeling-
Kaboom! It was specifically about eating.
Yeah, that's a good play.
You get $1 million, but every time you have sex,
Which is never.
never. Every time you have sex, well, this won't happen, so I don't have to worry about
$1 million? I'm asexual.
it. $1 million, but
But whenever
I
this
was
doesn't
about to-
happen, I was like,
I'm
cool,
gonna go to the
$1
bathroom
million.
real quick. I'll be right back. I really want you to wait
oh wait,
because I want to hear you read.
oh wait.
Something to say, Colin?
Every time you
You're saying
have
your
sex,
girlfriend
the one I
you,
don't
do,
want to do.
Alright, every time you have sex,
you do a small amount of cocaine.
Nice.
that's
This
just a
one I
normal
want.
night, isn't it? Isn't that everybody's?
That's even like a fucking
That's just what people
CI.
do. That sounds like a good time.
Every time you have sex, you look like an infamous dictator, but to everyone but yourself. Sounds like something I would do.
You're a dictator.
You would dress up like Hitler?
What's this dictator?
Stalin.
You're just a potato in the
Fidel
shape
Castro.
of a dick.
I'm sure Genghis Khan was kind
You're
of
just a potato in the shape of a
Genghis
dick.
Khan wasn't a dictator, though.
He
He
was
was just
not.
a warlord. essentially.
But did anyone rule over him? And did he take rules from anyone else?
Yes.
But he didn't rule over like a
He wasn't.
like a
Yeah,
land.
He was a conqueror.
He just
Yes,
like
he did.
sacked land. He was essentially like
He
a
was-
land
For
pirate.
all of the horrible things he did, he was actually pretty progressive.
For all the
By
horrible
progressive,
things
you
he
mean
does.
expensive.
yes.
He
And he-
fucked everyone.
Yes.
Oh, he
Like-
fucked.
Yeah.
Every time you have sex, sports commentators give you play analysis of your actions.
And it goes in.
That sounds
and it
fucking
goes out.
hilarious.
And it goes in.
Great.
And it goes
We
out.
see him now doing a pile driver.
I'm just imagining like a
Oh my
Spanish-
God! The couch broke.
My God, is that Quinn's music?
Yeah.
I'm imagining a Spanish like fucking
Oh,
soccer
God, he took
commentator,
out the
and
chair.
he comes,
I'm going to go if you do you look like an infamous dictator.
Yeah.
It's just like you gotta find somebody who's down
The
with
other-
that, and whoever's down with that is probably not
The
somebody
other
you
ones
you
I
wanna have
like
sex
too
with.
much.
Yeah, I know. I just threw away the cocaine. I mean,
I had to
how was
smoke
that?
it.
I was
Kyle,
doing.
you never do that.
Never throw away the
Never
cocaine.
throw away the cocaine.
All right, $1 million, but whenever you smell something pleasant, you orgasm. It's like-
Smell something pleasant?
Can I get some Smirnoff?
Mhm.
I'll smurn you off.
Every goddamn time.
Don't dry. Ooh, pink. I like pink.
We stay hungry. We devour.
$1 million, but every time you smell something pleasant, your secret thoughts from the last hour become the top post on a popular news website. That's pretty brutal. But every time you smell something pleasant, you get tackled by a professional linebacker.
You're just like
James Harrison?
You're like, I love the smell of cinnamon. Just fucking
Boom!
Ray Lewis just goes.
Anytime somebody's like cooking something.
Hey, Ray Lewis doesn't tackle you. He kills you.
Every time you smell something pleasant, a rhino charges out of the nearest bush straight at you.
So a linebacker.
Okay.
Right, yeah, same thing.
But a linebacker won't gore me.
Oh, he will.
Oh, he will.
You don't think he won't?
Like a linebacker, that'll fucking suck. And
You're
that'll
just that
hurt like
fucking
a bitch.
What's that
But a
fucking
fucking
commercial?
rhino charging straight at me is
From
terrifying.
two people who watch some of the hardest hitting teams in the NFL, let me tell you, you can be paralyzed and or dead.
It doesn't.
Yeah, you can get that from a rhino too. It's like that's not saying that a linebacker is not worse
It
than
just
a
says a
rhino.
professional linebacker. They don't have to start.
They don't have to be good.
You ever see that
I'm gonna
commercial
need
of
the
the guy
rhino.
working in the office and he gets sacked by fucking like Warren Sapp?
Yeah.
He just starts dancing.
The
That's good.
goddamn best at this game.
I just got trumped by fucking
$1 million,
Cotton Card.
but every time you use slang. Good news, I use the proper vernacular. When
Until you use your own slang.
I make up words.
That's still slang.
It's my slang.
It's still slang.
I believe your conjecture
everyone is a
goner.
I do declare.
What do you call the Xbox again?
Yeah. Every
That's slang.
It's nice.
every time Isaac uses slang, he turns into fucking Christopher Walken. I do declare that.
What?
Oh, wow.
Has Christopher Walken ever said "I do declare" in any movie? I just want to
He's
know.
played
I'm
it.
just curious.
He said, I'm walking here.
No, yeah.
I know he is.
I'm walking here.
Every time you use slang, a charity loses $50,000 and they know you were the
They know that you did it.
Fucking make a wish. He's like, Schmidt, go.
So I have a question. Do you gain that $50,000?
No, they just lose it.
And it's just your fault. Alright.
Just
So
he
you-
loses a
you
$50,000
dropped
check and he just blames it on Isaac.
So it's like you dropped off $50,000
like,
at
oh.
the front door, and then you just took it. You dropped it off somewhere else. What do you mean it was the
Fucking-
wrong address?
fucking Prairie
Oh,
Heart is
the ASPCA.
Fucking
Fuck.
St. Jude's Hospital has a poster of Isaac just like,
Every time
Kill
you
this
use
motherfucker.
slang, you can only use a unicycle for transportation. Nah, fuck, that would be terrible. I can't hardly ride a bike.
Isaac's
I-
like, you
there
want
was
anybody want to go on the box?
Jim
box?
Gaffigan, when I
He's
saw
like,
Jim
"Fuck."
Gaffigan, he had a bit about how, like, unicyclists are the most ridiculous form of transportation just because it's like, he was like, I've never seen anybody work harder at looking really casual. Just being like, how's it going? Just like,
Every time you use slang, you are instantly put inside a womb and must relive your own birth. Good
Fuck.
Lord. That one, easily. No question.
damn it, the charity one was so
The
good.
charity one, I would love that.
It
I
would be
remember that
fucking
would be
hilarious.
so fucking
Isaac's,
would be-
funny.
Isaac's
it would be
dream
so
is to have
funny.
like fucking St. Jude's Hospital off the poster would just go, Schmidt, God.
Just having someone resent me to that much. Oh, I love it.
In St. Jude's, it says, "Do not treat this
Fucking
person."
awful. That's fucking awful.
Fucking
No.
Planned Parenthood is like, we hate this guy.
$1 million for every time you get an email. Fuck. That would suck. I get emails all the goddamn time.
You work for the government, so I know you do.
I get at least
I work
30
I work
every
for a
day.
school, so I get a shitload.
I
That
get-
includes
I get at least
that
30
includes
every day.
spam. That includes spam.
Oh, then
That's
you're in the
email.
hundreds. Because do you know how many people tried to hack into the Illinois State computers?
Oh, my card's great.
Oh, it sucks.
Too many.
Okay, $1 million,
I do
but
recommend
every
putting
time you
it
get
down
an
just 'cause
email,
of fruit
an
flies and
embarrassing meme about you is
Try
curated and
to
uploaded to the
keep
internet. I don't care.
You're saying I'll go viral.
So you're saying I'll make millions.
The next electronic device you use can only be powered by plugging it into your genitals.
Fucking Xbox controller.
You gotta plug
Your
that
fucking
shit right into
PC.
your cock.
Well, hold on, question though. If I turn the Xbox on, then I have to plug the Xbox in and then the controller? Or
Well,
like, how does that work? Is it one in each?
When you're playing your fucking PC, going,
I would count controllers as being part of the console being used.
you just plug
So
your
your controller itself wouldn't need power, but you need to plug that Xbox.
to your console.
You gotta take that plug and you gotta put it in your
That
cock.
AC adapter is gonna write you fucking down.
Go ahead and ride up
Quentin's
your
cock
cock.
is just
An
plugged into the
overzealous
fucking
SWAT team
outlet.
shows up to extract you from your current location.
Both bars need to go in the hole.
Every email, a SWAT team's like,
No,
This is the
it
thing.
says extract you.
Here's the thing.
So you
With
just like
both-
get down, Mr. President.
When you plug
Yeah.
in,
So they
both
tackle you.
when you plug in, both prongs in the
Hands
cock.
down that one.
Yeah.
Has to be that one.
God.
Has to be.
When
I'm
you
sorry.
plug it in, both prongs gotta be in that.
Yeah,
hole.
right. Yeah, like
You can't just put one in and
if
sell
you're
it
playing
done.
like the
I thought-
older consoles, like the Xbox 360, like I
Three?
have. Yeah, all three, right?
I thought I had it with the
God
SWAT
forbid
team.
you ever
And then you gotta
play
look-
a game in England.
I
And
thought
then you
I
gotta lug
had
around
it
the
with the SWAT
triangular
team.
ones.
And then you gotta
Plugging
lug
an AC
around.
cord into your peen hole is probably a little worse.
Nope.
It's just like a catheter.
That's
I
not
don't
right.
understand what the
Every
problem is.
$1 million, but every time you curse, this is
Quentin
gonna
doesn't
fuck
have to
me.
use electronics.
This is gonna fuck me. Like a fucking sailor.
Every time you curse.
This would have a much different context if it was a wizard.
You wish you were a wizard.
I do. That'd be really fucking dope.
Who would not?
Fuck it, I'm not gonna win at this point. I got 2. Everybody's got at least 4.
Quentin's got 2.
It's really just us killing it. $1 million, but every
I
time
keep
you
getting like
curse,
second.
you have to spit directly on someone and not apologize. You just go, fuck. And move on.
I mean, honestly,
You curse uncontrollably for the next 30 seconds.
Oh, you're professional.
You just never stop.
Good lord. Fuck, 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 fuck.
That's your life now. One of your favorite fictional characters comes to life and you have to murder them. It's the cursing thing. Because that's such an unbelievable inconvenience. Your entire life is over. You're
Yeah,
now
you're
the
done.
next curse you say, that's all you're doing for the rest of
I've
your
had
life.
that card since the
Actually, in
beginning.
fairness, you would just have Tourette's.
I've had that
Well,
card.
no, because Tourette's, you sometimes get to stop. You get to say things.
if you're lucky.
Between things. No, knowing people with Tourette's, you get to say things. You just occasionally do that.
What a sellout.
What is that?
You
Kyle,
supported
flip-
Tourette's
Flip
rights.
your card.
$1 million, but when you get a haircut, that's unfair. That happens at least once a month. Once every 2 months, my hair grows fast, harder, better, faster.
Stronger.
You
like it?
Not, they don't kill me. That'll make me stronger. That's how
I'm not even looking. I'm just like
you.
playing with 2 cards, and then just draw 1.
$1 million. But when I get a haircut, my actions are narrated by the movie trailer guy. That's just fucking awesome.
That's just cool.
Yeah, that's
that's just fucking rad.
It'll get annoying
And today,
after
Kyle is getting a
fucking love the
haircut.
movie Stranger
Yeah.
Than Fiction.
$1 million.
It'll
But when
work.
you
Kyle
when I get a
gets a
haircut, a cult that sees you as their savior publicly commits a horrible crime in your honor. I'm like, guys, you're too kind.
Oh, look, the terrorists win.
Guys, you're
They just
too
commit a
kind.
mass shooting.
Why did you
They
shoot
just
up?
commit a mass shooting
Guys,
and publicly
you don't have to
say-
shoot up
say,
Georgia Tech just because
This is for Kyle.
Oh shit, you're PewDiePie.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, he's PewDiePie.
Let me just say another N word on the bridge while I get a haircut.
No, I was talking about the guy that killed a whole
$1
bunch
million.
of people.
When you get a
Subscribe
haircut,
to
you have
Yeah.
to wax all hair on your body below the neck. So I'm literally
You get
getting
your haircut here. And
every
you get the rest
hair.
done for free.
Dude, I'm a hairy guy. I got to go with the wax. Wax on, wax off, man.
You kidding me? Free wax every time you get a haircut?
I mean, if it's free.
Okay, you tell me.
Still, that's
How painful
I
would
got
it be to
shoulder
put
hair.
wax down here
Yeah, I mean,
and then pull?
I got shoulder hair.
I got show.
Again, imagine putting
got
wax
arm
down
hair.
somewhere.
I
with
got
a-
hair.
I got
hair all the way to the tip, baby.
I have toe hair.
They call it. The sea cucumber.
Hey, hey Isaac, do you remember how you asked how did you get the
Kevin,
pubes in the
the
banana?
sea cucumber.
Remember how when you asked how did they get pubes in the banana? There you go.
that?
All the way to the tip.
All the way to the tip.
$1 million, but every time you take an elevator. I don't usually take an
Isaac,
elevator.
all the way to the
Ever.
tip, Schmidgall.
All the way to the tip.
Wait, every time you ride an elevator?
Every time I ride an elevator, which I basically ever do.
Oh my god.
Hey, $1 million, but every time you take an elevator, you get a root canal.
And dentist just storms in there. He's like, we gotta operate.
You have to spend
down.
you have to spend a night in a beaver lodge dressed as a giant beaver.
It's just so fucking weird.
Every time. Every time you take
He's
it
like,
out.
hey,
thing
they're
you
doing
drink
things-
tastes like garbage water.
I guess the benefit here is you just take the stairs and get really fit.
Right.
You just
Get more in shape.
I mean, you could get a free root canal.
you get a free. Oh,
What a
thank
deal!
God. I was gonna pay for all of my root
Can I just
canals.
ask the guy while he's doing the root canal? Can you just pull all of them? Just give me
The
some
dentist
ginger.
just storms in. He's just like,
Give me some really good
he's just like,
fingers.
this is an
Let's
emergency.
go with this one. Tastes like garbage water.
Hell yeah.
No, why would you give Isaac a point? Root canal, man.
W's.
Italian.
Can I say?
Stallion?
Win it. You get $1 million, but when it's cold out.
I'm just playing it for the laughs.
But when it's cold out.
You'll love this one. I know you will.
$1 million, but when it's cold out, you forcefully lactate delicious milk.
It's delicious. It specifically says it's delicious.
What does forcefully lactate mean? They just spraying out.
Fucking Nesquik.
Anytime it's cold, you start.
You don't have to be in the cold.
No,
It
it
can
just
be cold
is
out.
cold outside.
Yeah.
Spraying.
Isaac just wakes up
Forcefully
with like a
spraying.
puddle on his chin. He's like,
And it's delicious.
he's like, this is good.
Isaac's just outside in the snow
Isaac's
eating ice
like-
cream.
Cooper's like, Isaac,
World
we're out of
hunger
cereal.
solved, ladies and gentlemen.
Just take Isaac to the Arctic.
Cooper's like, Isaac, we're on a cereal. It's 26 degrees. Here you go.
I'll never get the image
Why are
of
you
Cooper.
out of cereal and you
I'll never get the image of Cooper forcing Isaac to lactate so he can drink his breast milk in cereal. Out of his head. That's there forever. That's seared in him. It's all your fault.
That's just there.
It's delicious.
Hey, we're low on milk again. Goes the thermostat.
This is the best game you've ever played.
This is pretty fucking good.
Solid.
Alright,
Oh,
alright.
Lord.
Thank you.
Oh, when it's cold out, a random person in the world gets AIDS. Alright, well, that's no skin off my back. Fuck 'em.
Wait, eventually it'll be you.
I mean, if it's cold, yeah, it's,
Could be.
but there's like 7 billion.
Yeah, you're
people.
one of them.
Wait a minute,
I'll
Isaac.
be dead
Go
before that.
live in Florida and you eliminate AIDS.
Dude, every day someone gets
I'll
AIDS.
eliminate the progression of me.
You know, if you think about it, every day someone gets AIDS because it's going to be cold somewhere.
I assume it has to be out around
With
your
me.
Oh,
facility.
good. You're just adding to the statistic that every
Otherwise,
day someone
Isaac's
gets
constantly
AIDS.
lactating delicious.
Someone
Otherwise,
near you
Isaac never stops
What would
forcefully
you do?
lactating delicious milk.
What would you do if someone near you got AIDS?
Oh, yeah, you become addicted to red
How would we
Oh,
know?
lactate delicious milk wins hands down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it does.
How is that
I've
the
been
worst
sitting on
one?
that for a fucking while.
You can make bank off of that.
Okay, but that's fucking ridiculous.
No, it's not. If it's delicious,
$1 million,
You can make
but if you step on a crack,
Break your mama's back.
I mean, I
step
did
on
have
a
a
crack,
crack.
you forcefully lactate delicious milk. That's just, I'm looking down everywhere I'm going. That's the key to this. It's just, I get $1 million, but where I go, I'm looking immediately.
I love how it said
Hold on.
delicious.
I will.
I love how it said delicious
Yeah,
specifically.
gotta clarify.
It's
Because
like-
that just makes it even more fucked up. It's just,
Hey, Isaac, I'm out of milk for my cereal. Could you know?
Hey, could you, I got a
Could
weird-
you please,
Isaac, now I got a weird craving.
Come on. Get into push-up position. I'm ready.
Oh, do you not? It's 28 outside. That's weird.
Get into push-up position.
That's
I'm
weird.
ready.
Just fucking hold your cup.
When the baby gets old enough. No, I want daddy's milk.
I want daddy's milk. Fuck. Oh, daddy. It's an Adam Sandler film.
I love how Adam Sandler just keeps coming up throughout the night.
I mean, say what you want about Adam Sandler. The guy gets paid millions and millions of dollars to just go to destination places and film movies with his
My
friends.
girlfriend loves Adam
That's
Sandler movies.
Pretty fucking rad. He specifically makes movies so that he can go on vacations in these places. That's like why he did Just Go With It, where they went to Hawaii, and he did what's it called? Blended, where they went to Africa and shit. He's in all these movies where he just goes to all these fucking cool places.
I told my girlfriend.
and he's like, I got paid a shitload of money.
I told
That's
Adam,
fucking awesome.
I told my girlfriend Adam Sandler has three kinds of movies. He either has a stutter, has a learning disability, or he's just playing himself.
Has a learning disability.
Most
I think
of
that's
them
every
nowadays
movie.
are just him playing himself. He hasn't done a learning disability or a stutter movie in a long time.
But let's be honest, most of his most popular movies are him with a learning disability.
Or
Uncut Gems is good.
Or anger issues.
I've heard Uncut Gems is really good. There was the joke that he said if Uncut Gems doesn't win Best Picture, he's going to make a movie that was incredibly bad on purpose, and then he made Hubie Halloween.
Or 4 has anger issues.
All right, $1 million, but if you step on a crack.
You already have all
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I do. You're
Right
right.
over here.
No, it's these ones.
Oh, okay.
That's my hand.
Gotcha. Yeah, just play your hand then.
Jello shot. All right.
Isaac, can I have your address?
No.
Can I have your? Can you say it out loud for
Can
the
I have your
viewing audience?
state of address?
All right, $1 million. But
Yeah,
if you
on
step on a,
screen.
Can I
That's a
have
good
your
idea.
State of the Union?
if you step on a crack, you get pink eye.
So then you can't be looking down.
If you step on a crack, you automatically own one extra cat. That's incredibly inconvenient.
What do
That
you mean?
is
You're drowning in pussy.
But also adorable.
If you step on a crack, you must eat an entire head of lettuce without any condiments. That's brutal. But I think the cat is like a financially draining situation.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not.
no, man, that had a
Yeah, it
lettuce.
is.
You gotta buy food for that cat, take it to the vet, get
No!
it shot.
Buy cat!
Okay, yeah, if you want to be a fucking bastard.
Do you know what I would do? Open up a Chinese restaurant.
Fuck. That's not cool. We're not
Very
doing
not
that.
easy.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm gonna
You can
actually
end
say-
world hunger.
I'm gonna actually say the entire head of lettuce because just every time you have to stop and eat an entire head of lettuce with no
Lettuce
Why
is
would you
already
get
fucking
pink eye?
gross.
Lettuce is already.
Lettuce-
I like lettuce on burgers and shit,
But
on
by
sandwiches.
itself?
I like a salad every now and then. But just having to, I stepped on a crack. I have to eat this whole head of lettuce with nothing on
I
it.
can't stand lettuce because it's just like water. It's like you put lettuce on a burger, you're just making a wet burger, and that's just like
Right.
gross.
He doesn't like wet
Literally.
burgers.
$1 million butt. That's it. That's the whole thing. $1 million butt. Alright, Isaac, I'm thirsty. Give me some of your titty milk. No response.
It tastes like I was straight up eating fucking nail polish.
Yep. That's
That
all I
was-
can taste. That's all I can smell.
That
Oh,
was a wild fucking jello shot. Yeah.
You're not squeeze the bottom and suck it in like a man. Squeeze his bottom
wrong
and
way.
suck it in like a man. You're squeezing it the wrong way. That's why you got residue.
It has these two parts that you squeeze to push out everything.
Alright, you got your third.
Just fucking get out of here.
It's fucking brutal.
it's not good. No.
That one's bad.
Fucking.
It's not the worst.
It's not bad. It's just not
It's
good.
not bad. It's just. There's a lot of it to do all at
If I had a
once.
nickel for every time
If
I
that
had
was a
would
liquid, I
suck.
wouldn't care. But the fact that it's like semi-solid, and you gotta get that like all in
I
your
only have
mouth
two.
and like.
And
I
then
feel like
trying
you gotta,
to
like-
swallow said
I feel
thing,
like you
yeah.
gotta like bite it at least to like chew it a little bit.
It forces you to taste it.
It makes you.
Yeah.
$1 million, but you give birth to a miniature clone of yourself. barely stand myself in general.
That's fucking awesome. It's-
It's awesome, but I'm giving birth through my pee hole.
you know that might be a butt baby.
Is that worse?
I think it's
No,
easier.
I don't know. Do you want to blow
Your
out dick?
asshole is way more elastic.
Do you want to
than
blow
they
out dick or do you want to blow out ass?
You can fit a couple of raccoons in an asshole.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, there's a statistic thing about like the size of a gap that a raccoon can squeeze through, and then the size that an asshole can expand up to.
Did you know that an asshole can expand up to 4 to 6?
They're gonna hold 3 raccoons.
Do you know an asshole can expand up to 4 raccoons?
That's
4 Sly
that's a
Coopers?
statement.
Jump and hit the circle button to enter the asshole.
Is
$1
there
million, but you are
is.
required to fulfill the desires
that
of an
sounds
especially
painful.
shitty 13-year-old.
Which
Wait,
one
what?
sounds painful?
$1 million, but you are required to fulfill the desires of an especially shitty 13-year-old. Just a fucking kid from Toy Story just telling
see
you
your
what to fucking
tits.
do. Yeah, my tits. I'm sure it'll
Exactly.
be great.
That
Hey,
goes-
just fucking little
They're really shitty.
I'm just saying. Could be a good thing. It depends on what kind of guy
Are you
you
saying
are.
showing your tits to a 13-year-old?
Yeah, I'm
It
sure that
Depends
will,
on what you're
I'm
into.
sure that will put me on some sort of list.
That's go to jail type.
Who do you think I am, Isaac?
I mean, Epstein got away with it for years.
Yeah, and then
13-year-olds.
he got suicided.
But no one else room.
You make me sound like I want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not talk about like, yeah, well, Epstein got away with it as if that's like a moral excuse to do it.
He got
Be
more-
like,
Yeah, R. Kelly got away
I'm
with
not
it.
morally into this at
But
all.
R. Kelly got away with it.
Hey, it's because you only peed on him.
All right, last one.
$1 million, but you run at full speed every time you need to walk. I couldn't go swimming.
It was exhausting.
That would be.
Um,
You'd have a
Probably the 13-year-old. I knew it'd be Isaac.
The 13.
Why wouldn't it be Isaac? He wins every
What are we
other
playing
fucking round.
to?
Food hairs.
Until we get tired of it.
It's 9 o'clock now.
You're 9 o'clock now.
Okay?
I'm
You
just
have
saying, like, I'm asking, like, at what point, like,
you
what are
have
we
a
going to?
bedtime?
What's-
Oh, I'm so
No,
sorry.
I'm asking what our goal is.
Did I hurt your feelings?
I'm so sorry.
They all have seen it. They all heard the same thing. $1 million, but every time you eat seasoned food. Ooh, that sucks. All food is seasoned. Salt is a seasoning.
Season you.
So every time I don't eat my mom's cooking,
Every time you eat a white person
Joke's on
meal,
you, Isaac. Your mom's watching this stream.
every time you eat a non-white person
Mom.
meal,
And she knows.
This
the forceful act.
food is good. It's just too spicy.
Yeah, it sounds like an
Sorry,
eruption.
reading.
Every time you eat seasoned food, you must give a eulogy in front of thousands for someone you did not know. Fucking terrible at speeches. already.
Rick
Yeah,
was a
you
good
just
guy.
make a
You
pre-made.
can make that work.
Yeah, you could definitely just bullshit that.
Every
There
time
were,
you
uh,
eat seasoned food,
there were
a
good
nude photo of you gets leaked online. Well, fucking good luck. This
Well,
whole-
no, I
Yeah.
think the idea
You're
that
a male.
it doesn't
no one
matter if
cares.
you've never taken one gets leaked.
You're a male. No one would care.
Isaac just sees a
No,
flash out of his
it would-
window.
Every time you eat seasoned food, spaghetti comes out of your mouth. Oh no.
Ah!
Perpetual
More to
spaghetti.
eat. More to eat.
Well, no. If you're not swallowing it, you're not eating it.
That's true. I'll go with the speech. Woo! I don't like speeches.
I know you don't.
Whatsoever.
I know you
could,
don't.
I could make that work.
Fucking gay.
I can't do speeches. I'm fucking. I took a class for people who can't do speeches.
Spaghetti.
I can't do classes.
That's
for
just-
people who can't do
Touch my
speeches.
spaghetti.
That's just
And I
more eat.
still had a hard time because there,
Did you take the speech class that you basically
Yeah.
have to take now?
You're
there
assuming
was
it's
like
good
That's just
there were
spaghetti.
literally like 12 people in
That's
this
true.
fucking class. I had to
But
give a speech
spaghetti
in
is
front
always
of 12
spaghetti.
people and could not handle it.
Hey, I don't know.
I can talk to people just
As someone
fine.
who's
I can't
had
do
really
speeches.
bad spaghetti before,
See, I'm really good at public speaking. I don't
Damn
know why.
Germans always ruining.
It's one thing I'm always good at. $1 million, but whenever you stumble, it happens a lot.
You
It's
fall.
There's just one card that says you fall. I'm like, fuck.
Whenever you stumble, you fall.
Dude, I got this from stumbling.
What you hit?
My car door.
Not do.
It literally scraped against my arm. Jesus. Yeah. It hurts whenever I nudge it.
Ugh. Have fun with that.
It doesn't matter. You're going to win anyway.
All depends on when the game loses. When the
$1
game stops.
million. But whenever you stumble, you must shit in the nearest cat litter box. I stumble a little bit like shit.
Break into someone's
I
house.
just automatically
take
have
shit.
this shit. I'm just like, ah.
Imagine that you can automatically detect the nearest cat
Oh,
litter box every time.
Spidey sense is activated.
You're just in a Petco.
I
Kick
just
in somebody's
I just
door.
hit- I
You
just
kick
hit-
in a family's door and run in and shit.
I just hit the fucking right
I'm
stick.
I'm
and I just-
imagining the existential crisis that you have when you see you're in a Petco, you stumble, and then you have to go find one. What is the closest one?
I just turn on fucking detective mode and I'm able to find my fucking cat litter box.
that one.
Every
Lights
time,
up.
every time I stumble, every single surface you touch is slippery. You ever see the video of that guy just stumbling on
With
ice?
like the shovel, like he's trying to scoop ice and he just can't.
And I'm still stumbling. I'm slipping. That's two different things, technically. Stumbling is like you're
I
walking.
argue you stumble when
Stumbling
you
is
slip.
like when you're walking and then you.
If
like,
you don't
misstep.
fall when you slip, you stumbled. That's my thought. But I can
You can
see.
slip and you can stumble.
Technically, though,
I see that more though as the every time you stumble, you are going to fall.
yeah.
Like every time you stumble,
You
everything
must
becomes
watch
slippery.
a video of your parents participating in a threesome with a friend of yours. Yuck.
Jesus Christ!
At least they're finally talking.
Who would be the worst one for you?
Which friend?
Yeah, which friend would you want to not see there?
All of them.
No, but which one would be the worst?
Which one is the most upsetting?
Yes, the one that would truly breaks the back.
It's like already seeing your parents in a threesome, awful. But seeing them in a threesome with this person,
Yes, well, just
unlivable.
suicidal.
You cannot,
Just
cannot live.
suicide watch, right there.
All the choices are bad.
All the choices are bad. You're like asking me to pick like
Yeah, the worst of the
how
worst.
would I like to die? It's
Which
like
which cancer do you want?
Which cancer
That's
do you
exactly what I'm asking. Is it Chris?
probably.
Is it great?
Well, funny story about Chris. Whenever Tommy's mom and his dad were dating, he didn't know who my dad was. He just knew he lived in the basement. So we called my dad the man in the basement to his mom whenever we'd go home. He was like, "Yeah, I hung out with the man in the basement."
Just the man in the box.
The man in the
Man
basement. Yeah.
Just the man,
That's the name of a new thriller coming out next
the man in
weekend.
the basement.
The Man in the Basement.
Can you escape it?
Only on
It's
Netflix.
gotta be the threesome one. I told you I was
See,
going.
see.
You just-
keep giving them points.
No, I didn't think the
Technically,
point last time.
no one will ever win because we've never
I think this gets
established
the good
what
cards.
the winning point.
There is no winning. It's just
just
how
until we
absurd
get-
can we get?
Yeah.
I think we reached that point
You know-
when we hit the
oh, yeah, so-
lactating forcefully.
But here's the
It's
funny
just-
thing is, I think this game would be more fun if you only had 3 options. Like you cut down on the options, so then you're not really going with, oh well, this one works better with this. You just go, oh shit, that one.
You just always top
$1
that.
million.
Yeah.
But every time you see a stop sign, we work next to one time. Remember
Yeah,
that?
we do.
There's like 3.
Every time.
Basically, 5 days out of a week, your hands become feet and your feet become hands.
That'd be hard to explain at work.
Every time you see a
Hard
stop
to
sign,
drive.
you just stick your hand in the nearest toilet.
Hang on.
You're like,
Get out, get back in the car. God forbid the nearest toilet is a porta potty.
at work? At work, it's 50-50.
Might as well be the same fucking thing.
I'm just imagining in your car, you just have a door knocker. Just wham! Into the house you go. Stick.
like this
lead.
Every time you see a stop sign in the sky, rains aerobics balls for 2 hours.
That's gonna fuck some shit up. Jesus.
God, the ecosystems.
Can you imagine, like, just yoga balls start raining from the sky violently for 2 hours?
I just imagine the sound of poof, poof.
I'm imagining that, and then the sounds of hundreds of car alarms going off as they're pelted
yeah,
with
they're
yoga
not
balls.
lights.
Isaac, we're
And
gonna
just
have
the
to fire
shattering of
you. It
glass.
keeps raining.
God,
balls.
the amount of times you'd be hit.
The amount of people who get just directly hit by dozens of yoga balls falling from the sky.
I'm gonna go stick my hand in the toilet. Woo!
There's one literally
The
right
Yo-
outside
the
your
Yoga
fucking
Balls-
place too.
Yeah,
I'm
the
starting
Yoga,
to sense collusion here.
the Yoga Balls.
You guys just aren't good.
They
I
get
was
better.
hoping for the Yoga Balls.
Oh, the Yoga Balls is bad, but I feel like that definitely inflicts upon me.
Because you never know what's gonna be in the toilet. Could be vomit. Could be piss.
That
God
could be
damn it,
water.
It's always just me who has to stick their head in the
Yeah.
toilet. I might not be hit by a yoga ball.
And if you see stop signs, does that like add up?
Well, I'm also thinking of like if you are. I think it like the 2-hour timer resets every stop sign you see. So it's like if you see a stop sign,
For
it
the-
starts raining aerobic balls, and then like 10 minutes later you see another stop
Yeah,
sign,
but
it restarts that 2-hour.
But if Isaac drives to work and sees 6 stop signs, does he have to stick his hand in the toilet 6 times?
No, it's the nearest one, so you have to do that.
You have
for
to stop
everyone
every time
see.
you see a stop
Oh,
sign.
yeah.
That's
pretending
even
to-
worse.
Yeah, that's why I said that, like in the
both
back
are-
of his
both
car, he
are
just
worse,
has a door
depending
knocker
on the
just
situation.
right through the front door.
Because
No,
you never know
you
what's
just
in the toilet.
have a toilet in your back
toilet.
seat that isn't connected to anything. And so then every time you see a stop
You
sign,
just have
stick
you
your
just
foot
have one
in
of
it.
those fucking kids' potties.
Yeah.
And there we go. We just solved the problem of that one, and it's really not that
Exactly.
bad.
It's really not a
Just
problem.
put a toilet in the back of your
Guess
car.
what, motherfuckers? It's not that bad.
You just put like a child's potty in like
Yeah.
at the floor next
Until
to your
that child has
kids, you just-
diarrhea, then it's still bad. Guess what,
You never let a
motherfuckers? I
child
still
go
won.
on it. What are you doing?
This is your
The whole point of this is you have a toilet nobody ever uses.
Yeah,
It's
but
your
if
hand
I-
toilet.
I-
Isn't
sex.
connected to anything.
Again,
Your
hand
toilet.
Hand, toilet. What's smart? Complex than you.
God
have.
forbid though that you ever have to drive a date anywhere.
True.
Because then you go, fuck.
$1 million whenever you play a game, blank. God, I play games a lot. So this sucks. Give me your worst fucking card. My whole life is a game.
Why? I love the fucking adjectives in this game.
$1 million whenever you
Pouring
play.
that breast milk delicious.
Whenever you play a game, you have to destroy a prized personal possession. Oh no!
There goes your console.
Yeah.
Every time you play a game, you get a bucket of donkey semen dumped on you.
Fuck.
You shoot devastatingly powerful lasers out of your genitals for a full minute. That's just awesome.
Oh! Just
You know
blast.
how many people you just killed?
You know
Prized personal
how
possession.
little of a house you have.
What?
Surprise personal possession.
You're telling me you would choose destroying your own thing over getting donkey dumped on you?
It's more expensive.
Not when you just hop in the shower.
Donkey semen, I'm like, is it worth it?
Well, with the laser thing,
I'm sorry. Hold on. I want to go back a step
At the
here.
end of the day, it's still just a liquid.
When
I
you're
do
hearing-
not. I want to say, even though it was my card, I don't agree that it was the worst one
When
there.
there's a bucket of donkey semen, you go, is it worth it? That's what you're
No,
trying
is
to
the
know.
game I'm playing worth it? If so, then I'll take it.
Mario Odyssey. Oh yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll take a bucket
Yeah,
of
a
that.
bucket of donkey semen, you know.
At the end of the day, it's still just a stick.
Alright, yeah.
Among Us. Nah.
Good news is
Depends how many people are playing.
That's
the
true.
good news is
Who's playing
the
specifically?
good news is you would never have to buy a Madden
Exactly.
again.
All right, $1 million. But whenever someone compliments you,
Well, let's be honest. We all knew
I just keep
semen.
thinking of you orgasm. At the whenever somebody compliments you, you orgasm. You get a bucket of donkey semen. Dum-dum.
I thought that was gonna be a winner. Not gonna
That was a good one. That would have been fucking brutal.
I'm pretty sure if it was anybody else, it probably would have won.
It might have.
Hey, man.
I think the
But as soon as-
destructive la-
As soon
I
as
think the
Kyle has to
destructive
say-
laser out of your genitals would have been.
I don't know, man. Destroying a prized possession.
We don't.
You can have a screwdriver. You can have oysters. Just took a massive.
Whenever you,
vodka.
Smirnoff.
whenever someone
Oysters and
compliments
vodka.
you, you cry battery acid.
See, the problem is I would need to
Ouch.
take the orange juice with me, and I don't want to take the orange juice with me.
At a
In
certain,
case you guys are using it again.
No, go for it.
at a
It's
certain,
fine.
You don't care?
Yeah, go for it.
at a
I already
certain,
had 3.
Okay.
at a
just, like,
certain
knock on my
point
door.
of
No, you're
crying
good.
battery
Just
acid,
use it all. I don't
are
care if you
so
pour it in the bottle. It's
physically
fine.
horrific
Appreciate that.
that nobody talks to you anymore.
Dude, it's brutal. When every time someone comes
Puts you. Time and space rip apart, and you were left floating in an endless expanse for what feels like days, but is actually 5 minutes. That's fucking horrible.
Oh wait, what's the
That's
name
what
of
it
that?
feels like.
What's the name of that movie? Matthew McConaughey's in it.
Jumper.
No,
Interstellar?
Interstellar. That's
I
exactly
love
what that is.
Interstellar.
Every
movie.
fictional horror movie villain becomes real. They all team up to chase you through the night. That's just you die. That's just whenever someone compliments you,
Hey.
you die.
Hey, I like your
See,
hair.
here's the thing. It doesn't say death. It says
It doesn't say they
chase.
catch you.
Yeah.
True, they chase you through the night.
So it's forcing you to run a lot.
Fucking, that's just a nightmare. That's just
Yeah.
every nightmare I've ever had.
And even when you're in a nightmare, Freddy's gonna come and get you.
Think about like how many nightmares I have about being chased by somebody, but it's like you can't get away from them. and
They also
shit.
can't catch you.
Yeah.
'Cause
They
if
don't- it doesn't
catch-
say
if
that.
If they catch you, it's no longer a chase.
Well, no, they just succeeded in their
That's
chase.
not a chase. It's a capture.
That can still
It's
be
not the
part
same
of the
thing.
chase.
No, it's not.
I mean,
No,
granted, I guess
chasing
it's
is
for the
actively
night,
trying to
so.
get.
Yeah. It's never a capture.
I feel
The
like
chase
you're
never ends.
I feel
Okay,
like you're
then
men
I just
who-
don't go
men
anywhere.
who
Nothing
can
happens.
chase
They're just
you.
standing at a distance.
They just-
running.
Men who can chase you.
I'm gonna pick the time and space thing because just like floating in space for days it feels like a fucking awful.
Well, no, it feels like it's dead.
Don't give
Oh, okay, that's better.
5 minutes.
It's
of-
not actually days.
Only
Don't worry
5
about
minutes
it.
have passed.
You just experience it as days.
$1 million, but every time you hear a doorbell, which I didn't hear often until I fucking worked at Walgreens, and now I hear it every goddamn shift. It's the fucking drive-thru. I will be literally winging someone out, and I'll still fucking.
If I don't win this one,
I see that evil look.
if I don't win this one, I am gonna question your morals so very much.
I don't know, man. Isaac has that evil smirk.
So
This is yours. I can tell.
It depends. Read it.
$1 million, but every time you hear a doorbell, a child accuses you of being a molester.
Jesus fuck!
That's funny as hell.
There's a fucking a family of 4 comes in for a COVID test. They hear the doorbell. They're like, "That guy touched me." And I'm like, "Fuck."
I've never seen you before in my life.
I'm like, "I don't even know who you are."
Mailman rings your door to deliver a package.
You just go,
Ding, that motherfucker!
Speaking of packages.
You touched mine.
Oh god.
You made me look at his.
Guys, what is it with this shit? Every time I hear a doorbell, you must call the person you're talking to Daddy and sit on their lap. I'm at fucking work. I just called to the drive-thru and I'm just sitting there fucking lap.
Yeah, the drive-thru sound when a car pulls
Yeah, I know.
up or the person moves is just like our drive-thru thing is shit. So if their tire's sitting on it and they move in their car, it'll just keep going.
Nee,
off.
nee, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Ding,
Just
ding,
ding
ding,
dong,
ding, ding,
ding
ding,
dong,
dong,
ding
ding,
dong.
dong,
So
yeah,
fun.
ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong.
I hate you guys. These are all terrible. Every time you hear a doorbell, you have to slather a sheet of paper in mustard and then eat it.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, that wouldn't do that much. You're
Fucking
basically just
hate
eating mustard.
But
I hate mustard too. That's
oh my
fucking
god,
mustard's.
these are all
Mustard
terrible.
straight up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but here's the thing here.
My-
I guess that's because like you're not you're slathering a piece of paper in mustard and then eating it every time.
I love the connotation of this game because if you picked mustard, that means he's saying that one is worse than being accused of a molester or
Right.
calling somebody daddy.
Accused.
That I think people might
I-
be into. That
Hate mustard, but it's not worse than these other two.
Accused of being a
I
molester.
would
How
agree.
much actually
Okay,
being
question:
molesting?
how many different children can accuse you of
The thing is-
molestation before somebody
I-
goes,
that's what
"There's
I'm
a
thinking.
pattern
It also
here"?
doesn't say it's a different child.
That's
the
says
same
a
child,
child. It says a
every
child.
time.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean a different child. So if you
Every
feel
time
one
a doorbell
child,
rings, every time
it's just a fucking Timothy you have never
every time,
fucking met.
yeah,
He's
every
accusing
time the
me.
doorbell rings, fucking Jimmy opens up and goes, "It was him."
He fingered my butthole. I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you
Both of these are
don't
the
even
worst.
know who you are. Okay, Thanos.
I'm gonna have to go with the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your life is just over the first
Yeah.
time you
I
hear
mean,
a
like,
doorbell.
It comes to a point where it happens so awkward, like he's got to be up to something. I'm
But
like,
if it's the same guy, you're like, this kid's a fucking
Yeah,
liar.
and then you
Depends.
have
But
that
then, like,
child
the
is
third
crying.
and fourth kids just say it.
Yeah.
Now there's an investigation.
but that kid dies somehow, and then another kid's like, he touched me. I'm like, I'm still fucked.
Yeah,
Like, you have to die for
I'm sorry,
somebody
the
else.
other kid. If the other kid dies, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna get accused of molestation and murder.
And then another kid is like, he touched me. And I hear a fucking doorbell.
Okay. I think we just don't draw more cards.
Okay,
Right, so we just keep going now
Yeah.
until we're out.
that's good. I believe Clarissa is on her way too.
I'm down with that.
$1 million, but whenever you speak to your parents. Period. That's it. So you get $1 million, you have to talk to your dad or your mom. There you go.
Yeah. Fuck my.
No drawing.
Yeah.
Put it back. You don't have to put it at the middle. You don't have to see it.
$1 million, but whenever you speak to your parents, you can only communicate through interpretive dance.
Hey, Dad.
Isaac, if this
No,
was
you
your
can't
card.
even say hey, Dad.
it's,
Yeah.
it's a little gay. It's a little gay.
Oh my
Just-
God.
You can only tell the truth for the rest of the day. That's not really that bad.
It
And tell it,
depends on what you've done.
Yeah, depends.
just don't do anything bad.
Depends on the questions they ask.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's a better
What
question.
did you do today? Oh, I fucked Clarissa.
It's
Didn't use
tough-
quantity.
okay, shit.
She got slammed down big style.
You
I look at gay midget porn.
you teleport to a random location on the planet.
Big style. Good lord, what a fucking phrase. I've never wanted to hear, but I'm glad I did.
What did you say?
You got slammed down big style.
That's,
You can
I
only
can't take
communicate
credit
through
for it.
interpretive
That's
dance.
from Dimension 20.
Aw,
It's from their
Dad.
crown.
Through interpretive
piano
dance.
players in Dimension.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but the
It's
teleport
slang.
to the random location, I would go to my parents just to speak with them, just so I can get teleported somewhere else.
I think you're underestimating how many places on this planet you would just die.
You'd be just drowning.
Win-win!
You just die. And you're like, oh, thank God, I'm fucking done. I'm outta here.
It's not like instant. Drowning sucks.
That's the like.
Every
it
way
is widely
you want to die.
considered.
Every
It is
day,
widely
right?
considered the worst way to die.
Drowning and burning alive are like
Burning
Yeah,
alive.
those are the two.
Or buried alive.
I think it's drowning is the generally considered because
I believe
conscious
burning
of
and
so
buried
much.
So the
alive
sad,
are
the
like-
sad thing is
Burning,
that the,
you go into shock at a certain.
most of
point.
the people will
Drowning, you're
actually
like,
say
Buried, you're like
suffocation.
Bury, you just choke out.
Any type of suffocation, which is drowning, burning to
suffocation,
death. yeah.
no breathing.
Don't give a fuck
if I cut my arm.
Those are usually the ones that would match up.
Right on, right
But
on.
eventually, though, it's the same thing. When burning or drowning, eventually you will pass out and that's over. You're done. So
Yeah, there's just like a line between like how much you're conscious and feeling that pain for, and I think
As
the
long as I
general
get
thing is,
I
it
like,
don't
drowning.
matter. In the end of the
No.
day, you're dead. It's-
As long as I get Isaac's milk,
I think it would be a lot worse if you
Drown.
lived.
Drown in it.
Drown it.
Delicious.
$1 million for every time I pass a police officer. So driving, basically.
A child who accuses you of molestation.
Dude, that'd be the best fucking card to play right now. Just be like, just fucking like some random kid. It's like he touched my pee.
No drawing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I will say the one that I have, I want to happen. Like it's not even that bad. Like
You
I
just
would
want
want
it.
it. I would want
The
it.
terrorists win every
Yeah.
time you pass a police officer. Every time I pass a police officer, a random historical figure will travel from the past to fist fight you. Just fucking.
Yes.
Thomas
That's fucking
Jefferson.
badass.
No,
Thomas
just fucking
Jefferson
Theodore
sucker.
Roosevelt just comes over and kicks your ass.
Fucking Adolf
Gilgamesh?
Hitler is
Yeah.
like
Let's
raising
fucking
bitches.
go.
Let's go, Goliath. Let's go.
Let's go, Hercules.
Just comes
Dies
over.
You fucking
Let's
rock.
go, Hercules.
I
just-
look and be
I
like
just
fucking
want that.
Muhammad Ali.
Hey,
just be like,
Hey, Aristotle.
I just want that. You like Napoleon, you just kick him really hard.
You fucking rat. Like, if you don't kill him, you just hang afterwards.
Franklin D. Roosevelt just knock him out of his wheelchair. You
Just
know?
go out to eat.
Gandhi.
No.
Hey, when we're done, you want to go get a coffee? What's a coffee? Dude, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Gandhi.
And you're gonna fucking need it.
Just imagine, it'd be like the civilization glitch. Gandhi just comes over and starts beating the shit out of you. Like, this is what I want.
Nuclear war!
Yes.
$1 million, but every time I pass a police officer, a cyborg is sent from the future to terminate you.
So what?
That's... Yeah, you die.
Essentially, the
You're
slug.
fucking dead.
Essentially, the slug, but you know,
Faster.
yeah.
But they'll actually just do it.
$1 million, but every time you pass a police officer, all your technology is replaced with the Flintstone style technology.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, this
That'd
one
be
wins.
fucking awesome.
You just... Your car suddenly is foot powered.
And made of rock.
Can't play Xbox.
But
Can't
the
do
thing
anything
is,
like
though,
that.
Nothing. If
But
you
the
see a
ma-
cop,
But
boom.
the imagine
Stone
the
Age.
awesome thing is though,
All of your
is that
stuff
it
is
works.
either dinosaurs, either dinosaurs or powered by you.
But because you remember though,
What?
it works.
Flintstones.
Yeah, that's me.
That's the thing that would be awesome is that the car may be leg powered, but it works.
All right, $1 million, but every time you cross a black cat,
I need to get rid of this one. I have nothing else to do with it.
I just fucking giggling like a little schoolgirl.
I didn't read half of them. They're fucking hilarious. I've been so stuck.
How many
with the
how many
one.
cards do people have?
I have 4.
I
I
have
have 5.
Yeah,
I'm
depending
down
on
to
if
5.
You had a card or not.
We're gonna basically have to just go around so we run out of
$1
cards.
million, but every time you cross a black cat, you become a full-blown mime for an hour. A parade spontaneously erupts around you.
Oh, welcome to the Black.
That would be inconvenient if you were driving, and suddenly there's a parade. You're like, brakes!
killed 30 kids.
Yeah. Or Shia LaBeouf thinks he is your life coach. That'd just be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking cool. I'm just imagining like if I cross a black cat, Shia LaBeouf is just there. That's fucking cool.
Shia LaBeouf picks up the cat. Don't let your dreams be true.
Everything I've seen about Shia LaBeouf is like he'd be fun to hang out with for a little while. Like he's kind of
Unless you're
crazy,
his
but it'd be a
girlfriend,
good
but
yeah.
He was accused of beating his girlfriend.
I'm gonna do the parade because I think that's the only one that like actually would.
But you'll carry
probably-
on.
I like to think of the.
You'll
When
carry
I was a young boy, my father took me into the city.
So
You'll
anytime I
see
think
my
about
mom
that, like a
milkers.
parade just pops up, I always imagine it being in your head. So you're just like running around, what the fuck, get out of the way! There's nobody's there.
$1 million, but every time you brush your teeth, so twice a day,
So every time we
maybe
touch,
$3.
$1 million, but every time we touch.
I feel this magic.
And every time.
Can you like I don't know, flip
Every
your
time
card
you
over?
I could fly.
And every time my heart beats fast, I want this to last. I need you
by my side. Every time we touch,
Every time you brush your teeth, maggots completely cover your hands.
That's
Fuck.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, that's.
every
They
time
just
you,
want to brush your teeth with you.
every time you brush your teeth, your hands become covered in taste buds. Well, that's not too bad.
You just taste the toothbrush.
It just takes plastic. Yeah.
And water.
Every time you brush
for
your
how
teeth,
long?
you grow an extra body part. What kind? I think we grow the
More
maggots.
teeth.
Another
Yes.
penis.
Oh my
What'd you
god, more teeth is terrifying.
What'd you say?
Another
Look,
penis.
maggots. That's fucking gross. I hate maggots.
Maggots pretty bad.
What you gotta get?
$1 million
something
for
else.
every time you do your laundry. Orgasm.
I mean, I feel like that. When I
Warm
feel
sheets.
When I feel the
Oh.
warm clothes, yeah. yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I just threw away this round.
I don't.
I was just like, all my cards.
$1 million for every time you do your laundry. All the clothes you have on, including undergarments, are made of duct tape.
Yeah, so you're now out of clothes, and the clothes you have on are duct tape.
That just makes washing clothes even like less.
Yeah.
Your childhood imaginary
Eventually, you
friend.
run out of clothes.
Your childhood imaginary friend becomes real and only wants to mooch off you and
Oliver,
crash on your
go
couch.
away.
Jared?
He's imaginary.
Have you ever seen him?
That's a good fucking point.
Have you ever seen Jared and your imaginary friend in the same room?
Does Jared ever show up?
Just slander.
Your fingernails become paper thin.
It's just like my mom. My mom's paper.
Duct tape.
Fingernails are super
Has
thin.
to be the duct tape
Yeah.
one. I'm sorry. The fingernails
My
one
mom's
would be
fingernails
gone.
We're just gonna go around.
My
Everybody has,
fingernail-
like, what?
My
Everybody
mom
has
has
three
commented
cards?
before because
I
her
have three.
fingernail.
I have 4.
My mom's fingernails are super
Everybody's
thin.
got three,
I've
so
got
we're just
3.
gonna go in a circle. $1 million, but whenever you're hungry. Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
$1 million, but every time I'm hungry. You text and X something cryptic and weird. That would just be fun.
That's just funny. That's just restraining order central.
Like, yeah, I would just be like, the ghosts are in the closet. Or something. I'm like,
I know
what does that mean?
A child has
Tell me.
I'm just like, I saw what you did.
You are seen.
Whenever I'm hungry, all your passwords are shared with your sworn enemy and or a Russian hacker. What if my enemy is a Russian hacker?
Then Then and or.
They cancel out. 2 wrongs make a right.
2 rights make a left.
I feel like I would go to websites
No,
and just.
It's more like 3 rights.
What
I was like 2 rights.
Whenever
make a
I'm hungry,
back.
your ass has a mouth that yells out whatever you're secretly thinking.
With this one right here,
It's gotta do this.
Whenever you're hungry. God, that sounds
with
good.
that one, with that one, I think I would just start
That's
going
fine.
to horrible websites and making accounts just to fuck with them.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Real quick.
Start naming things. Start naming
The next
passwords like
card
Isaac.
is every time you step on gum.
I'll be right back.
It's quiet.
You're quiet.
Too quiet.
kinds of sugar.
It's quiet. 5 kinds of sugar.
No, it's quiet. Too quiet. And 5 kinds of sugar. Which
That makes
makes
it
it
delicious.
delicious. Which makes it delicious.
Oh yeah.
Like your milk.
Like my milk. Like my milk.
Oh, Clarissa.
Get him the freaking milk, Josh.
Clarissa is here to pick
Well,
me up.
tell her to wait around.
She's doing
Your Uber driver.
it. Yes.
You drive her Ubers.
Uber driver thing.
Uber driver.
This table has moved very much.
Your table has moved very much. Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking got him. I know you like touching my feet.
I was like, what is that? Oh, it's toxic sweet.
You kick the bottom of my
What
shoe.
socks are you wearing?
These are my tuxedo socks.
Nice.
Or penguins. Probably put that on a penguin.
Tuxedo socks.
It is so dark you can barely see it.
You can see.
I got.
Or is
Dragon
it that
Ball
from,
Z.
is it the camera or is that just his monitor?
Maybe both.
I don't know.
Has Chad didn't say anything?
No.
No,
Forceful
it's
lactating is the
that-
last one.
I got Dragon Ball Z.
Right now, I just see the bottom.
If you take those out, do you get stronger?
Yeah, they're weights.
I was hoping
I also got.
Mob Psycho?
Yep.
You wear the same combo, so that's fine.
Yep.
You alternate the both.
I do the same thing with my sports socks too.
I just wear whatever I find in my clean clothes.
Ironically, though, I don't really get that many like fun pairs of socks. I guess is that a weird statement to say?
I like getting socks for like my birthday or Christmas or something.
I think you should leave.
It's a great show.
Yesterday, today, now.
It's a great show.
It's a really good show.
It's so fucking weird. We had to show them the hot dog scene.
We do need. We need. You're dressed like a hot dog. So is he. Right. Every time you step on gum, you grow a second set of eyebrows.
I like how these are just.
Every
weird
time you
territory
step
now.
on gum, you have to engage in a dance battle with the closest person and win.
And win.
You have to win.
Okay.
Oof.
Every time you step on gum, you instantly drop a load of sex toys and condoms on the ground.
You're like, oh, where did these come
Oops,
from?
that-
I dropped my monster condom from my Magnum Dime.
Or the dildo you have
It
next
is
to
a
you.
load.
I think it's the second set of eyebrows for me, honestly. That's like
So hold on, I just
I
want
gotta
to
shave another set of eyebrows
You
every
rather-
time.
So
I
you're
step
telling
on the
me
dance
you
battle.
would rather drop a whole bunch of condoms and sex toys?
That's just a funny story, man.
Or
That's just a funny
Every
thing.
time.
every
It's a
time you
load.
step on
Okay,
How
gum.
often
so
do you
here's the
step
other
on
thing.
gum, though?
Or
That's
have
the
it
other
in-
thing. I don't
in-
step on gum very often. It's a
But-
pretty rare
But
occurrence.
you so like, but you get what I'm saying is like you would rather
But that's not something
have a
people
sex
forget.
toys
You can
and
shave your
condoms.
eyebrows.
Yeah. Or
okay,
have
but
an
yeah, but
enraged.
for the period of time in
But
which
you
everybody's
have
seeing
to win
you
a
with
dance
two
battle.
sets of eyebrows, that's gonna risk some
You
fucking
have to win a dance battle, though, bro.
Yeah, like those are the
Oh,
things you
okay,
would rather
what?
do.
You don't have confidence in that?
Not a single bit.
I mean, how many people are going to be in a
$1
dance
bucks
battle?
when you admire someone's ass. I think that chick's kind of nice. I thought that.
You just
shit-
look at somebody and go,
Dumpy.
I thought
fuck,
that
and then this
I thought that
happens.
fucking
Hot
yesterday.
damn.
There was this chick. She had the fattest ass I've ever seen.
She's like, that's a dumpy.
I forgot about that.
Smackable.
Fucking last week.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was saying. I was like.
You
boom.
just kept doing
I was
that,
like-
and I did it once during the game, and you were just like,
I was like, boom, shakalaka, and then after that, they just started fucking making fun of me and doing the same thing. I thought
The
it was
sad thing is, I
hilarious.
can imagine Isaac doing that when we play video games. Just you hear him on the other side, like headshot, boom, boom. Like, that's what I
you
imagine.
just fucking
That's
four-on-one
because that's how
clutches,
he
and just
speaks
goes,
every time. And when you were in front of him and he doesn't do it, that just means he's doing it when you're not looking directly.
There's a lot of good ass here.
Looks away.
Who? Are you,
Right.
Where are
When
you
you admire
at?
someone's ass.
Your parents show up and bare ass you on the spot. What?
just pull out your fucking pants. They're like, you want to compliment? You're like, you want to compliment someone's ass?
Every time you look at somebody's ass and you think, damn, your parents show up and smack you.
And your dad's like,
What are the
your dad's like,
implications?
corn.
You're sitting there watching
It's a
porn
thought-
and you
it's a
see a girl and you're
thought
like,
crime.
damn.
Boom!
What?
It's a thought crime, so your parents already know. Like they just sense it. Spider
Doesn't matter.
sense.
Yeah, it's
Your
you
dad-
thought it. They're there doing it.
Your dad is just happy that it's a female.
Like, damn, that's a
It's
nice
like,
ass. Smack!
When you admire someone's ass, you must replace the lead performer in the next stage play or concert in your area. All right.
So, you're going to the strip club.
When you admire someone's ass, you are required to use the opposite sex's public bathroom for the day. Don't take a shit. I'm going with the parents thing.
Yep.
That's Orion. I love that.
Hands fucking
The
down.
moment you see somebody and you
All
think, "Damn,
So
boom!"
I will be the one that
getting
ends
bare
it.
ass smack.
$1 million, but every time you hear an echo.
Where's
Y'all
that
only
damn
have one.
fourth Chaos Emeralds?
So $1 million, but every time you hear an echo, dragons become real and they fucking hate you.
Like that guy.
You have to hug a stranger for 30 seconds. That would be weird, but not bad, not horrible. You're stuck in slow motion while the world continues as normal. Dragons fucking hate
Dragons,
you.
yeah.
Fucking dragons
It's
hate you.
fucking brutal.
Dragons.
I'm out of cards.
Dragging
Two.
these nuts.
1, 2,
I have
3,
one.
4, 5, 6. Oh, here. You automatically win, but what is it?
Hang on.
Win $1 million, but every time you hear someone complain,
You passed the world's stinkiest fart.
Oh my
He was
god!
like,
Imagine
man,
if somebody complained about
My
smelling
fucking
an awful
sister the other
fart.
day, you're just like,
You hear somebody complain about smelling your terrible fart you just let out because somebody else complained,
you're like,
and then
oh,
it
here we
immediately
go.
happens again.
You're like, here
You're
we
like,
go again.
if you don't want it to keep happening, shut up about it.
I got stepping.
No one's complaining, and Isaac's just
I
like,
got 9,
fine,
I
I'll
think.
do it myself.
11.
9.
8.
Damn
11 fucking W's.
All right. Thank
Isaac's
you
like,
all
I got
for
a fart, but no one's complaining.
Thank you
Fine.
all for joining us on the Boozy Board Game Bookshelf. This has been a pretty wild ride.
I
Thank you,
forget the
host.
name of this thing
Lots of
every time
fun.
here.
This shit was a trip.